Hi again everyone, welcome to Linker Online. This video today is going to be about recasting the Tudor 2. If you saw the last video, you saw that I actually did it in silicon last time, and I said as soon as I got the rubber mould in production I'd do that one as well. So I've already pre-mixed the casting stuff, exactly the same as we used on the last video, where it says casting the Tudors. So this is a crystal cast mix. I'm just making sure I've got the bubbles out of the mix, and I just want to get through this one really, so we can see this one come together. I'll try and do this from this side. Okay, so as normal, I'm pouring in from a reasonable height, and you sort of see the casting material flowing. Okay, and just using a metal type spatula, what I'm going to do is make sure that I get the casting material into these small grooves like I did on the last video, forcing out any air. It's a brand new mould, I haven't even used it yet. As I said, if you go around the edges on these Tudor ones especially, you see the little air bubbles coming up to the top here as I go around the sides. This mix you've got about 25 to 35 minutes of use time, which is pretty good. And then shortly I'm going to leave this for an hour and 15 minutes maybe, like we did last time, and then I'm going to show you the extraction process. So because I'm just doing this one, I'm taking my time now, making sure I get all the bubbles out of this thing, because normally I'll do quite a few moulds at once. In fact, while this video, when I switch the video off and this is drying, I've got some more moulds over here that I'm making up tonight, ready for some of my own building work. There we go, and then just scrape off with a spatula. Usually leave it a little while, but just pull that across. And we'll come back in an hour and see that being extracted. Okay, so we've moved on. We're about now, about an hour and 20 minutes actually, since we cast this. It wouldn't really matter if you left it overnight. So okay, I'm using a little pointing tool here, which I did again on the last video, so you can see this one done a few times. Same technique as what we talked about before. Just in the centre of where the window is on the rubber, just press down ever so slightly, and you'll just see it sort of break away from the edges of the cast, the soft rubber. Yeah, just nice and gently, just sort of push round and get those centre windows away. These are the hardest ones to get out. Okay, so I'm doing this nice and steady with just a little bit of time. Doesn't really matter what you use. There's all sorts of these sort of, they're just like wax carving tools, which you can get off eBay. Some of them are a bit blunter than others, so some are quite sharp. So I tend to just use the blunt ones. Anyway, I've sort of done that. You don't want to damage the mould, but it just needs to be blunt but pointed, if that makes sense. Okay, so just as I did before, I'm just going to take these 3 doors out the bottom. Yeah, try and push up from right from the centre at the back there, so that the edges sort of come out. I know you can just peel them out, but what we're trying to do is keep those nice sharp edges intact. Right. And if we peel them out, we could break, you know, just those nice little fine edges. And that's a really good example. That's about 100% perfect. That really fine little beam edge just along the top and down the sides there. Sometimes you do get a little bit of cracking on that, and it's okay because it's half a beam and it's going up to the other half of the beam, so it gives it a little bit of a weathering look anyway. But you're trying to get it as close to that as you possibly can. So again, finger just underneath, pushing in the middle, let the sides ease out first, and then just ease it up nice and gentle. Okay, so I'm leaving the 2 difficult windows till last. Same with this one, just take it up and out. Okay, that's the other door with the side pieces. I don't know if I mentioned it last time on the other video. The moulds seem a little bit better when they've been used a few times. I've just done the silicone one of this again, because I'm trying to build myself a set of casts up. But that's pretty good. Okay, so now the difficult 2. And this is always a bit I worry about, because when I did it on the last video, they both came out perfectly well. But you just never know. So we're just easing from the top and the bottom, and rather than try and come up sideways, you want to come upwards or downwards, whichever way. Yeah, you just want to be easing out away. And I can see it trying to come away in the windows, but not quite. So while I'm just holding it there, I'm just going to push in there again. Got my finger directly behind it. Because they are a little bit fine, these. You can see that's coming away. I hope you can. Try to get as close to the video as I can. Just that one window there. There we go. Okay. So yeah, 30 seconds, a minute, messing around to get it out, but it does come out quite nice. Now we can file that one up. So we'll do the second one, exactly the same. Just only ease it away at the sides a little bit, and then use mainly the top and bottom, and then sort of I'm pushing up into the middle at the back a little bit, just to try and ease it away from the mould. I can see the windows trying to come out. Not quite. A little bit of a push down there in the middle. And that one. Go a bit more. This one's trying to be a pain. Okay. You can see it coming away now. There. And there we go. And as I said last week, on the last video, when you putting this to before you file the windows, glue the pieces together first, and then just do your little bit of touching up with your file around it, and that way you won't break one of these little side elements there. And we can see there, get a nice clean finish, and then do your filing inside, and that's it. That's the T2, or the TT02 as it's known. And very shortly we'll be bringing out the 3, 4, 5 and 6, which are on their way to make up the full set. So thanks very much, keep building, and I'll see you again soon.